Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Recently, my friend Dan asked me to show him how to stir fry some pork tenderloin. Now, I don't do pork tenderloin very much. In fact, I do not eat that much pork because my wife, she does not care for pork. So for this reason, I usually very rarely cook pork. However, I always have some pork in my freezer because my neighbor raised pig and he quite often give me some pork tenderloin. Every time when I got the pork tenderloin, I would cut them up into a size that was suitable for stir frying, and I would freeze them in such a way that I can thaw them out in about 10 minutes. Now here I would like to show you how I store them. This is my freezer. And the main feature I want to show it to you is that how I store the meats that I already cut up. I store in this tray and I stand the meat in an upright position after I freeze them in a horizontal position. And this way I can store many different kinds of meat. And usually they are in about 8-ounce portion, and I store them in Ziploc sandwich bag. So this way I can have many different kinds of meat and I can cook them anytime I want. And because the way how I freeze the meat, I can thaw them out in a bowl of lukewarm water in about 10 minutes. So I can go from freezer to the wok in 10 minutes. I'm going to cook this dish in my Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok. A lot of people ask me, why did you like this wok so much? And I think I have explained this many times in the past. But the main reason I really enjoy using this wok is because it is weight. It is very light. And I think as I'm getting older, my arm strength has become less and less, so anything light is very helpful for me. And in fact, for anybody, a light cookware is an advantage because I think you're more likely to use it than if something that is very heavy. And this is the reason why, even though I love cast iron wok, I hardly use it because it is way too heavy for me to carry it from the sink to the stove and vice versa. Now, the Cuisinart 14-inch stainless steel wok also has a great advantage. As you can see here, it has a very large flat surface area. Now, the first step I'm going to cook this dish is that I'm going to do a brief shallow frying of the pork loin. I have cut up the pork loin into thin strips, in fact, very much like I would do with some chicken. Now this wok is great because it has a very large flat surface area, so it's large enough for me to lay out the pork loin in a single layer on the surface, and this basically allows me to shallow fry it. Now I coat the pork loin with cornstarch as well as with my basic seasoning mix. This basic seasoning mix is rich in umami flavor. The intention is for it to enhance the natural flavor of the food ingredients. I have this seasoning mix now available on Amazon, and you can find a link below the video, and I urge you to give it a try to see whether you like it or not. And you can take a look at this video of the ingredients that are present in this seasoning mix. And if you enjoy it, you can get those ingredients actually to create your own mix if you would like. I cooked this dish for my friend Jenny and Dan when they came visit me. Jenny loved mushroom, so I decided I'm going to use all the mushroom that I have in my advanced prepping. I'm going to start out with some oyster mushroom. Now this oyster mushroom is what they know as the Asian type oyster mushroom. And then I'm also going to use fresh shiitake mushroom. Now I have all this in my prepping, so it's not difficult for me to use them. And this is followed by some king oyster mushroom, which is slightly different from the oyster mushroom that I use in the first place. And at the last mushroom that I use is some enoki mushroom. I always have some mushroom on hand because my wife loves mushroom. And so for this dish, I use a combination of 4 different kinds of mushroom to cook with the pork loin. If anything that I want to showcase in this dish is to demonstrate to you how beneficial it is for you to do advanced prepping. Because with advanced prepping, you can use multiple ingredients to cook a dish. Like in this case, this pork loin dish with 4 different kinds of mushroom. It would not be possible if I do not have advanced prepping. Now with advanced prepping, I can be very creative. In fact, I have never cooked a dish with this combination before. Now, I have cooked dish with mushroom and chicken, but not with pork loin. I'm going to first season the dish with some oyster sauce. Again, I can season the dish in many different ways. I'm still kind of exploring what might be the best way to season the dish. I feel that oyster sauce may be a good starting point. So I'm going to mix everything together. Now the dish actually is almost done. I have shut off the heat. I'm going to do a taste test and see how I like it. Now so far so good. The final ingredients I'm going to add is some romaine lettuce. Now most people would not think of stir-frying romaine lettuce, but romaine lettuce actually stir-fry quite nicely. And then I'm going to also add some tomato. Now you notice that I add both of these ingredients at the very end of cooking this dish because I want to cook both of them very lightly. Most people like romaine lettuce because it has a fair amount of texture, and it turned out that the romaine lettuce actually stir-fry very well, but you do not stir-fry it too long. I decided that I'm going to add a touch of teriyaki sauce after a quick taste test. This will give the dish a combination of oyster sauce and teriyaki sauce flavor. And with a few quick mixture, the dish is done. In many ways, you can consider dish is really a combination of a salad as well as a stir-fry dish because the romaine lettuce was stir-fried very lightly, so it retained most of its texture. Lastly, I add a bit more water actually to dissolve some of the ingredients, particularly the sauces that have burned stick to the bottom of the wok. It's a way similar to degreasing, and the end result is that I created a very light sauce. This dish is truly an application of my fast cooking system because I have never cooked this dish before. However, I do use the template for cooking the pork. The template is very similar that I use for shallow fried chicken. And the romaine lettuce that I add to the dish, which I also have done this before, I quite often use the romaine lettuce when I stir fry fish, and I add the romaine lettuce way toward the end to give the dish a freshness to it. Now, use the romaine lettuce actually is a good idea to make use of your food ingredients in as many different ways as possible. I use the romaine lettuce for salad, but then toward later part of the week, when the romaine lettuce is not as fresh as for eating salad, then I use it for stir fry. And when you use it for stir fry, it turns out to be great. The use of the 4 different kinds of mushroom is designed to create a type of texture for this dish because my friend Jenny loves mushroom. And I thought I would cook this dish specifically for her by using different kind of mushroom so she can enjoy the texture of this different mushroom presented in this dish. Now this dish is an excellent demonstration of my fast cooking system. When you combine the different attributes of the cooking system, it allows you to cook a dish in less than 5 or 6 minutes, and collectively you can put a meal on the table using all fresh ingredients in less than 30 minutes, as I have done when I mixed this dinner for my friend Jenny and Dan. Now recently I have a number of my viewers told me that I have way too many videos. In fact, I have posted over 1,000 videos over the last 3 years, and I post a video each day with the goal to help people to get the idea that you can cook every day and make home cooking as part of your daily routine. But increasingly, I decided that maybe I can organize my video a little bit better by creating a course. So right now, I am planning a cooking school that will offer courses that help people to adopt my fast cooking system. And I will tell you more about my cooking school as I move further in its planning. I will continue to post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. So if you want to learn more about the fast cooking system, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.